So I was telling that while creating a function, you have to write these statements, right? First of all, पब्लिक फंक्शन कीवर्ड लगाना ही पड़ता है हर बार, उसके बाद आपको कोई फंक्शन का नाम देना है, जैसे इन दिस केस वी आर यूजिंग अ फंक्शन नेम मल्टीप्लाई, और उसमें हमने दो वेरिएबल्स यूज करने हैं, नंबर वन एंड नंबर टू. First variable will have double value, means it will have decimal values. Another one also will have decimal values. Then we are multiplying these two variables. नंबर वन की वैल्यू नंबर टू के साथ मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे, और जो भी आंसर आएगा उसको हम इस मल्टीप्लाई नाम के वेरिएबल में सेव कर रहे हैं, राइट. नाउ दिस मल्टीप्लाई वेरिएबल कैन बी यूज्ड एनीवेयर नाउ. So we'll write these functions there. Then after that you have to click on the save button on the top. Save button पे जाएंगे तो uh, we'll get the save as dialog box, right. Give the name to the file, whatever name you wish to give. और यहाँ पे सेव एज टाइप में आप ध्यान देना, यहाँ पे लिखा होता है एक्सेल मैक्रो एनेबल्ड वर्कबुक. So this should be selected, right, and then you click on save. So if you select this, then the file will be saved as a macro enabled workbook, means where macros can be easily implemented, right. And whenever you save this file, the extension of the file is .xlsm, right. By default the extension was excel की फाइल का xlsx होता है, बट ये फाइल का पीछे m होगा बिकॉज ये मैक्रो enabled फाइल है, right. Now to run this file, click on the Excel icon on the standard toolbar or press the combination of Alt plus F11. So when you run this file, this will accept two different numbers. It will multiply the numbers and the answer will be uh, calculated, right. और आपको रन कैसे करना है, आप यहाँ पे एक रन बटन होता है टॉप पे, दिस इज रन बटन. You just click on this run button, it will run the files, or from keyboard you can press alt and F11 to finally rub the files, right. अब दूसरा अब ये हमने create तो कर लिया एक function. Now how will you use this function, right. So for using uh, use of these customized function, how can you use this? So for this, let's see this example. Open the workbook in which you have created the VPA function. Now select D1. Now they have selected D1 set, the first one. Click on insert function button in the function library group in the formulas tab, right. यहाँ पे insert function button है, आपको उस पर क्लिक करना है. ये है the first button you can see here, right. And then this will lead to insert function dialog box. You can see this is the insert function dialog box. And और यहाँ से आपने जो भी फंक्शन आपने क्रिएट किया था, हमने यहाँ पे मल्टीप्लाई नाम का फंक्शन क्रिएट किया था, राइट. सो वी हैव सेव्ड दिस फाइल विद द नेम मल्टीप्लाई. सो you'll see the same name here, multiply. Just click OK, right. And then the function augment window will open up, from where you can just select the number one. आपने like this is the function dialog box. From here, हाँ, the cursor will be blinking on number one name box. Number one name box पे cursor blink कर रहा होगा. और then select B1 cell. Why we are selecting B1? Because we are using this B1 value over here, right. Or you can directly type the value there. B1 you can type and C1 you can type there, right. So for number one we'll type B1, for number two we'll type C1 and click OK, and you'll see that the answer will come automatically in D1, right. uh, so that's how we can create a macro and all. Let's have a look of all these things in Excel first. विल स्टार्ट फ्रॉम द बिगिनिंग. हम एक्सेल में सारे स्टेप्स एक बार करके देखते हैं सो दैट वी आर मोर फेमिलियर विद द थिंग्स. Okay, this was the file. ये फिर से प्रॉब्लम शुरू हो गई. Okay. Okay, fine. So let's start with the process. First of all, how to enable developer tab. Now ये हमने already कर लिया है, but the option to go with this is in the file. Then go to option command, and you'll find the Excel option. File में जाओ, option में जाओ. यहाँ पे कस्टमाइज रिबन ऑप्शन है. यहाँ से आपको ये डेवलपर टैब पे टिक करना है. बाय डिफॉल्ट दिस इज रिमूव्ड. जस्ट क्लिक ऑन ओके. so you'll find the developer tab on the top, right? Now to go for the recording of a macro, so let's do one thing. Okay, so for recording we have record macro option here in the developer tab in the code group. So click on this, write the name of this recording. I'll put sample as the name, right? Keyboard shortcut agar banana hai, so I'll put control+1 here for this workbook, right? And description is optional, I'm not giving it. Click OK. Okay, shortcut must be a letter, so we'll put Q here, control+Q. So now you see stop recording. The create macro की जगह पे stop recording आ गया. Now it is recording. Now whatever steps we do here, that will be recorded. Now see, we are on D5, right? And I'm typing some name here, right? I'll press enter. Then I'll go to this cell. I'll put equal to this cell and press enter. So whatever I'm writing here will be copied here, right? So this is referencing of some value. So let's stop this recording. Right now recording has been done. So this recording can be done with the help of control Q also, right? Okay, now to run this file again, let's say I'll click here. I'll go to this macros option. You'll see the name that we given earlier was sample. So we'll just select that and click on run button, right? So whatever was written here will come here too. Fine. So you can repeat the process. Select sample, run. You'll get the same value here. Fine. So this is how we can run the macro. And if you want to remove, again go to macros. यहाँ पे delete option है. Delete पे click करो. Do you want to delete the sample? Yes. So your recording has been deleted now. If you go to macros, you'll find there's nothing here. Right. So this was the first thing. Now let's do that function part. So how will you write this function? First of all, we have to insert a module. For that, just go to insert Okay, so to open this, we have a Visual Basic button here. Here a Visual Basic button. So click on this VB button. Now, as you can see, all we have four types of sheet here in this particular file. Now we can put up certain coding part here for our own use. For that, first of all, you have to add up a module. Click on Insert, go to Module. So you can see the module window will come up. So the name of that file was what if analysis, right? Now here you have to type that particular code. So we'll type that same code which was given in the book. It was multiply. So public function multiply, and we have given number one and number two here. Number one as it was double, number one as double, comma, number two as again double, and bracket closed. So this function has been created. Public function multiply, the name of the function is multiply. Number one is one variable which will have double type values, means decimal values. Number two is another variable which also has a double type value, means it will also carry decimal value. Now we'll use another variable. The name is multiply only. Multiply is equal to number one star number two. So whatever is the value of number one and number two will be multiplied, and that will be stored here, right? So your code is all done. Now we need to save it. For saving, we'll go with the save button here. Click on save. Okay, so it will asking us to save the file in, I'll go to save as. Save what if analysis. So it is saved now, and you click on here, then you see it is automatically saved in this. By default, it is saved in this Excel macro enabled worksheet. Fine. And if you see here in this, the file has not been saved in the proper format. There was some problem with the file. Let's create another one. Let's click on save. What if analysis? I'm saving it in documents, and from here select Excel macro enabled workbook. Click on save button. Now you can see this name from Excel SX to, it changes into Excel SM. Now your module is saved, right? So it's saved in the macro format, And you can see if you want to run the file, there's a run button here. So macro name you can give here and then click on run button. Fine. And let's practice this in some Excel file. Close and return back to the file. So यहाँ पे मान लो हमारे पास एक टेबल है, जैसे क्वांटिटी, प्राइस और अमाउंट यहाँ पे गिवन था. So we'll use the same quantity, price and amount. Right, let's put quantity as 100 and price as 12.5, and let's see the answer using macros here. Right, now to run this, uh, go to insert function, in the formulas tab, और यहाँ पे हमने सेव किया था उसको एज अ नेम we have saved this with the name multiply, so we have to choose that. See, this is the function that we have created, multiply. आपको यहाँ से सेलेक्ट करना है. बाय डिफॉल्ट यहाँ पे कैटेगरी मोस्ट रिसेंटली यूज होता है, उसमें दिखता नहीं है. सो गो विद ऑल एंड देन सर्च फॉर द फंक्शन दैट यू हैव क्रिएटेड. इट वाज मल्टीप्लाई, दिस वाज द नेम. राइट, सो क्लिक ओके. यहाँ पे नंबर 1 हमने सेलेक्ट करना है ये सेल, और नंबर 2 हमने सेलेक्ट करना है ये. ओके, विल गेट द आंसर. Fine. So this is how we can create our own functions with the help of Visual Basic macros option, and then we can implement that, right? So that's it from this session. Next we have passing arguments in Excel. Passing arguments means how do we pass different arguments to these procedures that we have created. जो हमने फंक्शन बनाया था उसको हमने वैल्यूज अगर अलग अलग पास करनी है तो वो कैसे करेंगे. For that we have some more steps. So anyhow we'll do this thing next time because time is running up. So kindly practice this at home, and then if you still find some problem and all, we can discuss.